This is the Moonlight Serenade, otherwise known as the midweek preview under lights. Gord has joined me to tackle Canterbury for the last Metro meeting in August. In fact, the last Metro all-provincial meeting in August, because there's nothing on Thursday. It's Wagga, so we're going to Wyong on Friday for the Cup.
A few dual acceptors for Friday and Saturday as well. So I'm thinking there might be a few scratchings tomorrow, but
Okay,
we'll see how we go.
Just two at the moment. Rahm goes out 3 metres. The track is obviously dry, and 3 metres is not a bad position to be in. It's not necessarily rails in run, even though rails in run is never usually a bad thing at Canterbury. So we'll just take it away. Race 1, 30Aug Colston Geldings Maiden, 1100 metres. $3, Hong Ji Gong.
Hong Ji Gong, yeah.
$3.80 Fager, $4.60 High Dive, $6 Lights, 8.5 Bazina, 19 Into the Road, and Ladies Gem is despised at $126. Now, I'm not exactly sure what happens in terms of speed here. Lights has something from underneath them. End of the Road is Gay and a debutant, and sorry, not a debutant, but a resumer.
Yep.
That should be put into the fray. And High Dive is not devoid of speed. Fager draws the deepest alley and has blinkers on, which could well persuade it forward. So intention is the key here, Gordon.
Yeah, I didn't really know how to line up the freshies here. Their trials, I couldn't really find something. You know, sometimes you watch a trial and you're just like, wow, that was awesome.
Yep.
There's none of that here.
Yeah.
So I ended up going for number 5 Lights.
Jimmy Lee, he's going to become your best mate.
Jimmy.
Jesus. God, you're a connections man. You've gone for Jimmy
know,
Lee.
I am. I'm such a connections man. That's why I'm just so sick that I found this on top. But I mean, it's got a couple of massive.
Hang on. Like it's running. Listed first up, obviously Minari, two listed, and you know its first start was.
And been getting gapped, so the horse might have absolutely nothing, but.
Matthew O'Hara to Bishin. You got to love that.
Absolutely love that. Love the fact that it took a forward position in a far stronger race. And for me, Kathy didn't just ride it poorly last start. She was never balanced. That's not going to be a problem with Shin. I think even though it ended up getting gapped at the end by a stronger field with Shin on board, that's not going to be the case. Maybe this horse can show its superior ability. Does it have superior ability? I don't know, but I'm just having a guess there.
Well, I could also just pinch this because it's there minding its own time. Like, it's had one run back, so it's perfectly placed coming back to midweek second up. It's got Bishin on there to just cheat. You know, these horses, the other 3 in the market, I speak of Fager, who is a Snowden, but he's an average Snowden. I
know, but you know, like we've been making so much money lately out of backing Snowden horses. I don't think you're going to go far wrong by backing Snowden horses, but I couldn't get over that run last start. And the fact that Shin rode it. Yeah. And Shin's now on Mr. Lee's horse. So
dead set had every possible. You know, his only hope in life here is, with the blinkers on, that somehow he's faster than the rest of the field and he just crosses.
Leader's barrier.
Which could work. You know, High Dive had his first 2 runs at the provincials, and then he was adequate at Canterbury in this opening Metro run, spelled since Bowman rides, trial fair. Hong Ji Gong, I thought was pretty good on debut, and then obviously started a lot shorter than High Dive. He's a Hawks horse that's resuming in his second preparation. The only trouble is he's by Piero, which suggests that he might be wanting further than 1100. But
I just learned that his trial was better than Bazina, because he took a gap, and you know I love long horses taking a gap.
So talk to me about it. But it still didn't impress you. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's just like you're not trialling against what I consider top quality horses, and you're not putting them away, even though there was a little bit of vigour late there. Okay. And then I'm watching after the post, obviously, to see if he put 6 on them 100 metres past the post, and he didn't. So, I obviously with reservations due to the fact that it's not normally my go-to, but there are a few ticks that I love to see in horses about number 5 Lights. And as far as all the others are concerned,
All right,
I have
so
no idea.
Gord's set to light up the program from race 1. Race 2 is the fillies version of this maiden, 1100 again, and it's $3.60 Marishka, $3.80 Cadencia, $4 Wild About Her, 7.5 Fifth Affair, 7.5 Should Have Been, 11 is Princess Mia, and the bottom 2 are long odds, Kosciuszko Express 51 and 61 is the Fox Effect. Now, Kosciuszko Express resumed in a 900. She was on the speed but wide. I think she just finds the front here. Should have been perhaps to her outside the Fox Effect underneath her because there's not obvious speed in the others. Certainly Marishka and Princess Mia might be prominent, but I'd suggest the Fifth Affair, Cadencia and Wild About Her, which occupies, what have we got there, 13.5, 40, actually 65%, sorry, are back. They're the last 3 in this race.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, this is a race where I get involved with inside information. I actually don't have any now.
Where are you looking for this inside information? So tell me, please.
Well, you know when you get a word from a stable about a horse having superior ability. I don't have any of that at the moment.
Looks like a good horse to me. No, you weren't impressed?
Like, what do I make of?
like
What do I make?
trial.
Yeah, I don't know.
No? Like I thought, it's a go-to horse here.
Well, it's kind of my cup of tea too there with 1,045 metres while the others have been short coursing it or
long
trialling,
900s.
No, I wasn't sure about the style I saw about it. It's the one where I'm waiting to find out tomorrow.
All right, so you want to push for it. What about if I push?
No. I don't want to push from the market. I want to push from what I consider reliable sources of information, which generally relates to the market later on, but I want to know that before the firm starts. Right. Obviously, because as soon as the firm has happened, what are you? You're too late, aren't you?
Well, you're just taking a shot at price. So, I mean, like, if the firm started, it means that that's the right information and it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm not going to back a horse just because the market firms.
All right, well,
so all you people at Sky Channel out there that, follow the firmers, I'm not interested in that.
We've got to get on this because look at this, it's bloody $2.50 in the ring and
$4
on the tote.
Yeah, I know.
On the tote.
Yeah.
Right, so talk to me about the others then.
Because, I think, no, what I'm actually saying is you need to talk to me because I really struggled.
So Wild About Her had a run at 1,250 metres off a very, very slow trial. The run was fair. The horse that was in front of her on the rails went to Wyong on Sunday and got beat by another horse that was in this race but not on the rails. I'd suggest that Wild About Her has Waller, McAvoy but little else. And maybe a mile in a few months' time, or a month's time. Cadencia looks very similar to me. It's Bowman, it's Waller, but again, an alley that means it goes back at 1,100.
I'm always particularly interested in multiple Waller horses in a race where Bowman's riding one of them.
So talk to me about this horse's trials then. What did you see?
Well, I didn't see enough in this one either. Like no flashing lights there for me. Like Waller horses, I want to see under a tight hold making ground.
Yeah.
This
is another one. Isn't this going to a mile in a month's time?
Yeah, probably. But particularly.
So you've got Princess Mia that trialled fair, but has the blinkers on. Didn't wear the blinkers in the trial. You got Should Have Been, who's Tim Martin, who's Tricky Dicky, and didn't train it for its debut run. And then this is the horse that tipped off Winona at the Wellington Boot, and it's the reason we haven't seen her until now. I'm sure that this horse will be competitive. And I'll even mention the Lee Curtis horse that once upon a time put in a very good trial, and then ran in a competitive race at Muswellbrook. I know it was Muswellbrook, but and then was sort of out of a comfort zone in a 900 the other day. Just find launches on the lead here, and the bunny may show her to good advantage. But for mine, number 3 is the go-to horse here.
I actually like the fact that you've had a strong opinion in this race. It's going to mean I'm going to have a closer look because I was Not going to get involved until later.
All right, now we've got the Gord Strong Opinion race, 27.
Oh, you little beauty, 2700. Well, I tell you what, I'm not. I saw you tease me on the show on Friday about tipping Queen of Heights as my special of the day. So
Well, surely,
maybe I should get out.
Sit comfortably with that. That's not your
I
go.
wasn't comfortable at all. It was backed.
Yeah, but still,
yes.
it's like you know when you know better, and you fall in. Like we do it all the time.
But it's weird, isn't it? Because Glenn was talking before about the show and why everybody should be subscribing to it is because we're going to find firmers as well as winners.
Yep.
And
that's valuable, and you found a firmer because you correctly analysed it in that way.
Yeah, but that's more a go for somebody who's a trader, and Glenn's like one of the best traders going around. Can always snip the top odds. That's not my go. So.
No, but nonetheless, from a tipping point of view, if you tip a firmer, that's a tick, and tipping a winner is the second tick, and if it's a firmer and a winner, it's 2 ticks.
Ticks, yeah.
Okay, so 2,700, $3.40. Napoleon, what the fuck? Are you kidding? Like, since when has Napoleon been favoured in any race, any time? $5.50 4 carat, $5.50 Ashcan, $5.50 Red Dream. Red Dream, $5.50 in a city race. Wow, this must be a bad race. $7 Serious Hoffer, $14 Davina, $14 Vindex, 31 Stormon, 35 0 to 10. And well, look, 0 to 10 may as well be in the van because he was in the van on Saturday 2400 the other day. Ashcan is back up from Melbourne, just ducked down there for one run. He can be on the speed. Serious Hoffer has drawn 9 of 9, drawn the leader's gate, and did lead in his win Gosford 2 starts back, so why doesn't he go forward and take it up? Vindex raced forward on Saturday. He's having a very quick backup, but is noted for being back. And Napoleon was ridden coldly and then took off after mid-race the other day, so I don't imagine that he necessarily puts himself in the fray. Right, Gord, just like one, I'll give you 30 seconds and then you're relieved of this race.
I'd be looking at something that takes a forward position from Saturday grade.
Right, that's the...
I didn't even look at the race, so I didn't even look at the race.
I know, well look, I must say that I marked the bottom on 6-2-1. It's not much of a horse, 0 to 10, but it has a couple of city runs, and it seemed to me extraordinary that it could be Brascoed in this way. So let's start with the longest horse in the race. Why not? 2,700. You put the roof
You're on top.
Put the roof on first. No, I haven't. I haven't even got it. I've got it fourth pick, but I'm just saying that I didn't despise it the way the market has.
And we were talking about the condensing of the markets in distance races as well. It's,
yeah, so I'm going to say that I have the top 3 equal here. Obviously you've got connections here, 1 and 2. They're not doing much, but they're sort of set up to run some sort of race tomorrow. Napoleon's finally broken through. That's nice, but gee, you're asked to take a relatively skinny price, and the others can just look after themselves. So there's my 30 seconds on the race.
Also, you're not even normally getting so excited, but it is like,
well,
it's maybe even 2,700. That's just too far for you, isn't it?
1,900. The next race.
Yeah, I know. And then at 1,550, it's just like, what the fuck?
It's all right. We're going back in distance.
Okay, it's a progression. It's a positive progression.
Race 4, 1,900 metres, $2.60 Taikamochi. $4.80 Estic Raj, 6.5 Token of Love, 7.5 Dylan's Romance, 10 is Lacura, 13 Seventh Chic, who'd have thought she'd still be going around, and the others are long. Another Snappy and Captain Mannering, $26 head the rest. Now, there's any number of horses that go forward here. It's one of those races where... I don't
think it really matters, does it? They're definitely going to lead with Takamushi.
Yeah, but there's 5 horses lined up outside it that want to take it on, which is a problem because one of them is going to do it.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Do we have a Dean Panya? Do we?
The real wild card is not wild card. Another Snappy is I have to get to the lead. If I don't jump well, I'm going to make some sort of move early to mid-race and either try and take the lead or serve it up to the leader.
And you've got an inexperienced jockey on there as well.
Well, she's quite experienced, just not that experienced riding winners.
Particularly at Metropolitans on a Wednesday.
Well, she did ride this horse to win at Warwick Farm a while ago. But anyway, so there's Taikamochi, who would love a little 1900 here just to take it up and control, and there's just problems around. I'm not saying that stops at winning. I'm just saying it's a consideration.
Okay, well that definitely puts a dampener on what I thought was probably immoral.
Well, what did you make? Like his Wyong win against terrible horses, but his Wyong win was like supreme. It was just one of those. You know, I'm a good horse, even though I'm running against terrible horses. You could just tell. But what did you make of his Gosford win?
Okay, well I thought that it could have been more impressive, to be honest. And I don't think it beat much on that occasion as well. But to be honest, take notice of what's going on with these Waterhouse horses at the moment. They're doing these general progressions up in distance, and they're going to the front, and they're just putting everybody else to the sword and winning.
Yep. So can I just explain to you the Gosford bit?
Okay, yeah.
Stayed at 1600. Like that's a problem.
Okay, yeah. Lovely point.
They can't be as impressive staying at the same distance.
Very good point.
Right, he needs to go to 1900. Maybe he needs to go to 2100. Anyway,
yeah.
Look, that's important for him. Look, he's got the go-to boy, Adam Hieronymus. Apparently, he's a go-to boy in more ways than one. But
yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Anyway, so look, I'm sure he'll do the right job. He rode Street Pursuit perfectly. Here,
yep.
2 weeks ago.
And I actually give Taikamochi more ability than Street Pursuit as well. So that's interesting.
Street Pursuit's like he's like he's won 2 city races.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Out of his ass.
Yeah, I know. Oh.
Yeah, so look.
So, because I unloaded on this Taikamochi first start back at Kembla, remember?
Yeah, you were very taken with his trial.
Yeah.
And reasonably so. And look, he ran into some 3-year-olds. Kennedy is the horse that
Island Missile come out and won
it. Won his next 2. And Conquest wasn't in that race. Sorry, the Lady's Boy was in that race.
And this stable is just stamping even these young lightly raced horses as you are a stayer.
Yep.
So I think what it did first up is actually even more credible.
Even if they're 1,000-metre horses, they're going to be stayers.
Well, I don't know why she has a tendency to do that these days, but
no, it's so much easier, Goy. You step them up in distance,
And they're against weaker, slower horses.
Yeah, even if they there was a great horse in All Our Mob that Gay didn't have to begin with, but she obviously tried this tactic with, and then she recognised that he was actually a more of an Oakley Plater or a Newmarket horse, and he was very happy bobbing around the 1200s in the end. So look, it works out in the end, but in the meantime, just take what you can get, step them up in distance, go to 2,400 metres, see if it works. Look. I'm no rap for Estic Raj. I think he's dipped his toe in the water too often, even though he could get a race run to suit. Dylan's Romance, well, like trying to bob and win the other day, that's great, but I'm not going to take 7.5 here. Token of Love was a great run the other day, but Token of Love has to manage the speed scenario.
And although, coming in close second to Shadowlard is probably fairly decent. It did come off winning at Acton. So.
It was like a seriously inspiring run here the other day.
Yeah, but you're looking at new kid on the block. Great win stats. On the up. Taikamochi for me.
All right, so you're finishing the first half on a high, George. You can attack the back.
A high of 1,900 metres.
The only way is down.
Yes.
See you soon.